Hey, real estaters, you can stream every episode of The Industrialist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Prime members can enjoy ad-free listening on Amazon Music. All right, take it away, Isabella.
Okay.
Hold up. We are currently recording, and there's two Mercers in here, and they are suited and booted. This is like retro for everybody who knows what Jeff and Jeremy look like on the street.
We had photo day at the Mercer Company.
Yeah, we took a couples photo, Jeff and I. we have our parents have this one of us when we were, I don't know, I'm probably like 6 and Jeff's like 11, and so we tried to recreate that.
Aww, wait, that's
good.
so cute.
It's good.
Now, we have to turn it into an oil painting though to really give it the same effect.
Yum.
Sorry, I hijacked the opening.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, our announcements for this week. First, we'll start off with March Madness. Caden Gefeller at Mercer Company won. And I don't fully understand the bracket, but he's number 15,757. And when I looked it up, there's like 24.75 million people who participate in this. That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, he's top 1% of about 1%.
Yeah.
99.9.
99.9.
Yeah, he's 1% of 1%.
It's pretty cool. So he's going to that game tonight. And then other announcements is Trinity Junction is performing at the NAIOP Spring Concert on Wednesday, April 23rd at the Rustic in Dallas.
Downbeats at 6:30.
There we go.
Everyone looked at me.
All right, Will.
Okay.
What does downbeat mean?
I don't know. They
like
always said it on the
shows
ticket. They'd be like,
start time.
they'd be like,
That's when it starts.
That's when we go on. It starts at 6. We go on at 6:30.
Okay.
Downbeat, the drum, boom. All right, let's go. So
You said that. All the heads snapped and looked at me, and I was like, oh.
How long do y'all perform for?
we got an hour and 15 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot better than last year. They just cut us quick. So
Last year was fun.
It was super fun.
Okay. All right. Our leasing and sale availability. So we're no longer doing where I'm just rattling them off. We're just going to do one property a week. So last Thursday, Matador closed on 141 Balcones Heights Road in San Antonio, Texas. This is a 12,802 square foot single tenant industrial building situated on a 4-acre paved lot with significant I-10 frontage. This IOS facility is located in a high barrier to entry submarket, ideal for users requiring substantial yard space and excellent visibility. With a favorable building to land ratio and ample outside storage, the property offers tremendous flexibility for a range of industrial uses. This property is vacant and it is ready for occupancy. You can reach out to Michael Kelleher and Jeff Miller at Matthews for more information. And you can also check out the link in the episode description box for the flyer.
and you might be able to get a billboard with it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Pay the right number.
Pay the right number. You get a billboard.
Get what you want.
Oh, boy. Economic calendar this week. Just pure chaos.
Yeah.
The numbers weren't out on the forecast for jobless claims yet, but last week was 219,000. And then on the 10th this week, you've got core CPI coming out. Forecast is 0.3, previous is 0.2. To the markets. Ooh, the sell-off. Markets lost about 7.8% last week in the Dow, down 3,200 points to close out at 38,720. The S&P lost 13% to close out at 4,876, losing 735 points. The NASDAQ closed out at 15,343, losing 11.3%, and it lost 1,955 points. Crude took a hit too, pretty significant, almost $10 a barrel, down $9.81 a barrel or 13%. The 5-year Treasury dropped to 3.72, about 24 bips. And the 10-year Treasury dropped to 4.01. It's about 22 bips on that one too. SOFR remains about 4.35.
We're looking at 1 day performance, 1 week performance, real estate development at down 5%.
Mm-hmm.
REIT specialties down 6, a little bit more than 6.5. REIT healthcare is down almost 8. REIT diversified almost 9 or over 9. REIT services pushing 9.7.
It's
Hold on.
all red.
Everything is red. It's like, and the lines are all jacked up. So I'm like kind of scrolling here. Hold on. It's bad. Hold.
Is this bad? Is this bad?
REIT real estate diversifies down 10.25. REIT retail's down 10.63. REIT residential's down 10.8. REIT mortgage, oh god damn, 11.25. REIT office is just imploding, 13 down. REIT industrial is not far. It's actually worse at 13.14. REIT hotel and motel expected 13.3 from a week over week performance. So yeah, carnage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to buy REIT office. I feel like it always bounces and comes right back. It trades are very tight.
Jeff and I were talking before we jumped in here. Jeff was like, maybe it hasn't fallen enough.
Yeah, it probably hasn't.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bumpy right now.
Call that a whipsaw.
Yeah. Everything's fake news right now, according to the president.
Right. What about the debt, Will?
Okay. Because I'm in my caloric increase right now. We put on 36
Oops.
And then we took off 26.
Net 10.
Net 10.
That was a big week, 36.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bloated. Had a buffet.
Yeah. It's like me at Calabrese's in South Lake on Friday.
Yeah.
Rack it up. Let's go.
It's like that. And then you went to a crawfish boil on Saturday and ate 20 pounds of crawfish.
You're not far off.
Yeah. Term of the week. We got this from one of our leasing agents talking about uncertainty in the market, but the tariff tornado ensuing. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Still doesn't make me want to do that deal, but whatever.
Oh, they were like, you should take this lease deal.
Yeah, it commences 8 months from now.
Yeah.
Is it that bad?
No.
Jeff, did you hate anything about real estate last week?
Yeah, I got this from Andrew Flores this morning. Crappy flyers.
Yeah.
Andrew said he received an industrial flyer that was for a 5,000-foot space. And then he came to find out as he broke down the flyer that it was for suites 500 to 700 square feet. And it had a demographic report on the flyer, and it had local businesses on the flyer. So I think it was really supposed to be a retail flyer. But just not knowing what you're doing, put together a bad flyer.
Yeah, just basic information, like just getting the facts right.
Clear height, how many doors you have.
Oh, yeah, the staple. Yeah. Total square footage, office, clear height. If it's above 14, you don't want to list the clear heights below 14. No. That's not a feature.
Not a feature.
Keenan calls that an FSO.
No, wait, hang on. Saving that.
Okay, sorry.
Saving that.
Tease it.
Saving that. Next week, people.
Tease it.
You get that.
Yeah. Loading, number of doors, blah, blah.
There is a big portfolio in Dallas that was going around selling, and we actually tied up a chunk of it at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was so poor that the broker selling it, big shop, no one ever went in and shot the clear height because they marketed as 14 to 16, and the majority of it was 12. Yeah.
Wow.
Like
poor.
Like 50,000, 60,000 feet of it was 12. And I was just like, this is like 101. Like, but
it almost feels intentional though at times.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
See if we can trick you.
Yeah, it's kind of like hey, it's a double net lease / full gross.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
They want to get you in the deal, and then they go, "Oh, yeah, we sorry missed that. We're should be selling sofas."
Yeah. Well, how about sports, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, sports. Yeah, absolutely. We had our March Madness contest. Isabella told us about Caden winning. We're really happy for him. So we got the final tonight.
What's the spread tonight?
Last I looked, Houston was 1.5 point dogs.
Really? I feel like Houston's going to win it.
Yeah, that was quite a win they had the other night. It was almost like you were watching the game expecting them to lose, and then they won. That happened.
Yeah.
It was such a quiet comeback. So
what was the end? It's like the last 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I think it was like 11-1 run from Houston.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty.
They were down 6 with 1.5 minutes to go.
Yeah. I kind of tuned out. I was like doing some cleanup work. And then all of a sudden, with like 30 seconds left, I was like, oh man, I should probably pay attention to this.
It's been a lot of games like that. I mean, Tech's last 2 games, the one they won and lost that way. Like, oh, it's kind of over. Oh, wait. So.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston. And, what I thought was super interesting is, so is this Caden's bracket we're looking at?
He's Florida winning.
Okay. So what's the line? 140? Is that number 140?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't have my glasses. So let me tell you how good Caden is. When the line came out yesterday, you know what the point total was?
What?
140.
No way. You sure you want to go against this kid right now? He's like...
When the point total came out yesterday, it was 140.
What's it at today?
I didn't look today, but that's what the bookies set it at. He picked that 4 weeks ago, too.
Wow.
Go, Caden.
Maybe you need to go to Vegas instead of slinging space in OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it because I was bored. So I was looking at that and I was like, man, I have 143. I was like, I'm pretty good. And then I looked over at Caden and I was like, oh my gosh, he's perfect.
Yeah.
Is he like a guy in the office who's like known for just being really on top of sports, or this is something?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, I know he likes sports, but I can't remember how he did in the football challenge this year.
I don't know.
But
I didn't play.
Anyway.
I've never been able to figure out how to log on to play, so I just quit trying.
Yeah.
Well, after that, I mean, you made a baseball bet this weekend.
I did.
How did it turn out?
I lost. I took 2 teams. I can't even tell you who I took. I took the point total over and didn't get it.
Well, do you want some UFC betting this weekend?
I'm going to come out strong next week with some alternative bets.
Are you going to go like golf betting? No.
I'm probably going to get into baseball.
Wow.
And some fighting. I'll get into fighting.
Okay, well let's just. There's a big fight this weekend, so
Okay.
I'll give you a little heads up. I've actually been studying. What's really nice on ESPN is they will, if there's an upcoming UFC, they will highlight like the last fight for each fighter, and you can watch it all just like segmented. Like, okay, this guy's fighting this guy. Here's their last 2 fights. So I did a little recon on that over the weekend because my kids leave us now, and I don't have anything to do all weekend but watch TV. Right. So Alexander Volkanovski, this is the title fight. Is fighting Diego Lopez, featherweight title fight. Volkanovski is negative 135, and I think you just roll with that. He's pretty damn good. Diego Lopez is on his way up, but
he kind of has a psychotic look, doesn't he? Volkanovski.
Yeah, he's
troublemaker.
Yeah, he's what's interesting is He's got really long arms for being very short. He's 5'6", and Diego Lopez is 5'11", but their reach is almost identical. So, and then you got Michael Chandler fighting Paddy Pimblett.
Paddy Pimblett? It sounds
Paddy
like
Pimblett.
he's from Irish Nightmare.
He's from the UK, but that's what he's like. Yeah, he's pretty good. Paddy's -160.
He's a really big, like, funny, like, internet personality.
This guy's hilarious.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. And it's funny when Barrett has long hair, people tell Barrett he looks like him.
Yeah, he's hilarious. But
he's fighting Michael Chandler. I'm definitely going with Paddy Pimblett because Michael Chandler just had a baby like a day or two ago. So he's, sleep deprived.
Dad bod.
Dad bod. So I like Paddy Pimblett in that one. And then the only one other that I'm going to pick out of that is and that's a lightweight match. There's a featherweight match between Yair Rodriguez and Patricio Pitbull. It's his real name, I guess.
You got to go with Pitbull.
No. Yair. I'm going with Yair. He's -185, but he's pretty damn good. So
Mr. Worldwide.
So there you go. If you want a little pay-per-view sports action this weekend on the fights, there you go.
Okay, wait, really fast, going back to the March Madness bracket. When I looked earlier, it said, like, when we first opened the bracket, that it was 24 point whatever million, but actually 39 million brackets were publicly available.
Wow.
So,
damn.
Anyways, that's crazy. Sorry.
That is crazy.
Top 5.
We got to get Caden to pick UFC fights. I bet he could pick the hell out of those things.
Yeah.
That's really his deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to get a guest appearance on UFCs for Caden to call in.
Fun fact about my dad, sometimes on Saturday mornings, he likes to watch recordings of Caden's fights on YouTube because he's like so proud of them. I'm being dead serious. So
you wrestled at Oklahoma State. That's like playing football at Alabama.
Yeah.
It's pretty big time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, well, you want to talk about the big theme out there right now, the markets? Sure. The trade war has begun. War ready. So I kind of feel like this is like, what Trump said today is like sometimes you got to take medicine when you're sick. Kind of what it is.
It's a good explanation. I wonder, so the last time we had tariffs, the world wasn't so connected.
So
we were all like island nation states.
So you say when we didn't have tariffs, have we always had tariffs? They just haven't been a trade war? Is that?
Yeah.
Or
I feel like the tariff era was in the late 1800s.
Okay. T, give me liberty or give me death. No taxation without representation.
Well, that's the revolution.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is we blew our tops over that, and that was like a 2.5 point tax.
Don't tax our energy drinks in this country.
Yeah. And now we're like at what? But some states you're well over 50% total income taxation. If you're in California or New York.
Yeah, California's like 13% now.
On top, if you're top income
on
like,
top of state.
Yeah, you're close to 50%, if not more.
Did you know in Connecticut they have a cap gains tax for the state?
Oh, that's
disgusting.
Yeah.
Wait, so you sell a property, you pay capital gains to the government and the state?
Yeah, there's a state cap gains tax.
Gross.
That sucks.
Is it for properties located in the state or just you're in the state? And
well, I mean, think how many people own stocks in Connecticut.
Yeah, that's like jacked up, man.
Yeah. Connecticut's, isn't that where everybody goes and lives? That's like a hedge fund guy.
Stanford. Yeah. Stamford. Yeah. It's an M instead of an N. Oh yeah, I know. It's like,
I thought it was a university in Georgia or something. Stanford.
You might be correct too on that, actually. But there is a Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I know that in New Jersey, if you sell your house and you make a gain of more than $500,000, you pay a tax on that.
Well, that's
to the state.
To the state.
Oh,
to the state.
So did they have a state cap gains?
They have got it's something to do with a primary residence sale. They want you, because so many people are leaving during COVID, they're trying to keep people in, so they're trying to penalize you if you sold your primary residence.
In Connecticut, capital gains are taxed as ordinary income under the state's personal income tax system.
Ooh. Is that even worse? What is the state tax?
So it ranges, but like from 250 to 500,000, it's 6.9. From 500,000 and over, it's 6.99. So about 7%.
Nice.
Flip. Golly. So I don't know, man. I think it's going to be interesting. The markets aren't as down as much today as everybody acted like it was going to get cut in half today or something.
Do you want to hear my garage sale theory?
Yeah.
I was thinking if everyone in the U.S. had a garage sale, it would push all these goods, albeit discarded goods, into the economy, and thus we'd have more supply, and then the pricing would stay lower. But we'd have to live at the garage sale level.
I'm so down for that. I've been doing that for like months.
Yeah.
You're in?
I'm so
he's been just hammering Facebook Marketplace.
Jimmy, tell him, Jeremy.
Jimmy called me one day. He goes, "Is everything okay with Will?" I go, "Why?" He goes, "Man, that guy's selling everything he owns on Facebook Marketplace."
So you're a get up at 6 a.m., troll the garage sale market, and then you reseller?
I haven't gotten that level, but I'm proud to say that I've never spent my own money on a stroller for any of my kids.
Yeah, that's good.
I did some arbitrage. We bought one, like Emily bought one at a used secondhand store for like $200 or $300, one of those up baby ones, and then we flipped it for $800, and then we just rolled it.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good swing.
Yeah, I'm in. If you're in, I'm in.
I'm in. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna live this garage sale life. I'm gonna host one this weekend in Graham.
Oh,
see, I feel like you get more traction in Graham.
Sure.
On a garage sale. That's it's like something to do. You know,
that's right.
Yeah. in Dallas, like south of 630, it's all about velocity. Like you got to move goods. Like you got to price stuff to sell. I got a little bit of a science.
Hey, you know what? We could open a business at Parkside.
Oh,
don't y'all need a tenant over there?
Yeah, and we did just sell off all the inventory finally.
Oh, you got resold Parkside?
Well, we sold the inventory. We had a tenant.
I think
we had a tenant leave us 15,000 feet of auto parts in there, but we sold it to one of our tenants in another building we own.
Were you thinking about opening up a stationary garage sale?
Yeah, like a thrift store.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But I think this could slow inflation. I have one more slow inflation idea that I want to share that I'm so passionate about. Is a no consumption day each month.
Well, didn't the libs just try to do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, they were like, "Don't buy any of these people's products." It's like, okay, well, like you're halfway there to,
I want you to don't buy anything.
Yeah,
one day a month.
Just consume what you have.
Yeah, go to your pantry, eat whatever's in there. Don't drive a car.
Yeah,
one day a month,
like a Sabbath. True Sabbath.
Yeah. I mean, you can fast. You could take it to that level. Yeah. I'm not even asking you to do that. Just
I think it would be good not to fast because that way you're eating the things in your freezer that you normally just throw away at some point. You're like, oh, we never ate this. Just throw it away.
Right.
That's a good idea. I like that.
One day a month would be 3% of the revenue for the month.
But it's not like, I don't think you can look at it like that. Like it's just like, hey, we're just not. Because there's so much debt, you're not adding more debt.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like not spending any money. Like some people would be like, oh, yeah, it's punitive.
This is a supply chain, or it's a demand side drop.
I think it's good.
I like it.
When's National Fast Day?
National Fast Day. But once a month.
Once a month. What day of the month? So I think Sundays are the easiest, right?
Yeah.
Because you're really not doing much.
No.
And so that's an easy day a month. Just eat the leftover beans in the pantry.
It is easy. No one will want to do it though. No one wants that.
So in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed April 30th as a national day of humiliation, fasting, and prayer, a practice he resumed after a 47-year hiatus following a resolution introduced by Senator James Harlan. I'm not sure who that is, but...
So I think humiliation's a religious term in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
Hold on.
Humbleness.
Yeah, that's fair to say. What's...
The purpose of these days was to confess and bewail our manifold sins and transgressions, and by a sincere repentance and reformation to implore the forgiveness of the Almighty and to seek His gracious favor and protection. Oh man, this is kind of dark. Yeah.
April 30th?
April 30th.
That could be our first one. Is that a Sunday? It's a Wednesday, hump day.
Yeah, but make it harder.
I don't want to make it harder. I just want to inch by. How about the 27th?
Yeah, you couldn't do a work week. We're too programmed into the work week. It'd have to be a weekend day.
Yeah, Matador Fast Day, the 27th.
There you go.
Just going to put it on all of our calendars.
No money spent.
So down.
Well, in news, one thing I think Office is working its way back a little bit here. I thought this was kind of interesting. Dallas DFW office market starts 2025 with 1.1 million square feet leasing boost. But then it says employment storm could be brewing. But anyways, I just thought that, let's see, deals included that, that Toyota Financial leased that 242,000 that Crow built, or
The wood,
Billingsley, or
the wood one?
the wood building.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Crow did it.
Yeah, that was that. The offices at Southstone Yards in Frisco, and Sally's Beauty Holdings moved its corporate headquarters to the Legacy West development in Plano. Let's see. Demand for Class A office space is made up around 70% of Q1's leasing activity, and the asking rental rate spiked more than 9% year over year per the report. So, anyways, office might be making a little comeback. All those guys that took those bets when no one else would take those bets might pay off. So,
But note, it's Class A stuff.
yeah, it's probably not.
It's
gonna
not
be.
the stuff that's like, I mean, I think our office building's really nice, but like
Yeah,
all this stuff down in, what they call them, call it Quorum or Bent Tree.
yeah,
Like-
Addison area. So, anyways, thought that was kind of interesting. You got anything? Will?
Yeah. Bankruptcy
Jeff.
job. Yeah, Jeff's a popular guy this morning. This is kind of like not in our wheelhouse, but in our wheelhouse, Hooters.
Yeah.
We had somebody was making a Hooters joke last week. I can't remember how it came up, but bankruptcy judge lets Hooters tap into a $5 million financing. Hooters of America approved for some of the funds from proposed $40 million loan. Bella's just dying. A Texas bankruptcy judge granted the parent of the restaurant chain access to $5 million in interim financing as it transitions to a franchise-only model.
Do the franchises get to they get some wider lanes to play in? Like, can they spice things up a little more? I guess.
Should we buy one? I mean, this is their lowest moment, right?
Yeah.
They're sagging.
Will.
I have to go. I have to go.
Man.
Yeah.
That was good. That was really good, Will.
Well, I'm on the hiring committee.
Now I really need to leave.
It's okay, Bella.
I mean, that was a dominant franchise for a long time.
Yeah.
I guess the company owns 151 locations, and they got to keep them alive.
Is Dallas going to retain any?
I don't know.
I know
saying.
the navel of the operation's going to Tampa, Clearwater.
Probably good recruiting area.
It is.
Not sagging.
Well, it's not like you have to put an outfit on. You just walk from the beach right into work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see people in the plane in a bathing suit.
You. Yeah, it's just kind of.
It is
cool
interesting.
scene.
I wonder if $5 million really even does anything for them.
I don't.
For 150 stores?
I would think that just gets
just inhale tomorrow.
gobbled up like a neck bone.
It's like putting paper towels on a serious flesh wound. You're like, guys, they had $358 million in revenue last year from 151 stores. So
I wonder what the net was, though. Are they publicly traded?
The sale of the company on restaurants is.
I mean, they had the casino and the airplanes.
Right, they did. They had an airline.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Just got too close to the sun, doing too many things.
Didn't they get too woke? Like they let talent slip, right?
I think so. That was a little bit of an issue during COVID. Dylan, in his elementary days and middle school days, apparently was a big Hooters guy. Whenever they would win a baseball game, I guess that's like where they would go.
Really, Dylan's dad was a big Hooters guy.
Growing up in Weatherford, Texas.
Oh.
So, they've closed 48 stores in the last 12 months.
Woo.
So, but interesting to see. Whereas, like on the flip side, Darden, who owns Olive Garden, and like who's some of the other brands I can't remember, but like we see them in our net lease pipeline pop up.
Yep.
So you're seeing a couple of groups kind of surge. These guys are kind of going down,
retreating.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
that's all I got.
That's all I got this week. See you next week.